Everyone, welcome back to a new video. In today's video I've got my Aliana hand here. This is the Anais Lifelike hand in the shade Autumn. It's my favourite. It's a half hand, obviously. Did I say that? I don't know. Anyway, I've put tips on and we're going to do an acrylic set today. I'm going to add some decals, so I'm adding some base coat to the tips because I need a tacky layer for the decals to adhere to. The decals are these ones. These are, I think they're called little brollies. There we go. These are from Nail Sugar, and you can save 10% using my code NATMUG10. Nail Sugar has a super amount of decals, like different designs to choose from, and Karen is always releasing new ones. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled and check out the website. Right, so I've cut out a section of what I want to use. On the back, on my stamper, I've turned the decal upside down and I just dampen the back. And after several seconds, the backing should just slide away. And I could stamp that straight onto the nail as it is, but I'm going to add a little bit of white to my palette. This is actually a very pale pink, this one. But I used it as a white. I'm going to just colour in the back of the brollies. Now this part is a little bit tedious, however, it does make it makes the brollies really stand out if you do this, so it is a step worth doing in my opinion. Give it a cure. Look, they're all done. Give it a cure before you stamp, right? Because yeah, obviously it'll just squidge everywhere, so give it a cure, and then I'm ready to stamp it onto the free edge of the nail. I did do a boo-boo though. I did do a boo-boo because I'm a silly poo-poo. What? I don't even know. Don't ask. It's been a long week and it's only Thursday. Right. I'm cutting off any of the decal that is, coming over the edge of the nail because we don't need that. So that's that one done. I'm going to do the same on this one. So we've got 2 decal nails. Now, I was a bit of an idiot. At this point, all right, let me just tell you. Right, this is in the clouds. It's very cute. I've not used it yet. I just felt like this went really well with the brollies. So I was like, yeah, let's use that. At this point, I should have base coated the decals because right here, I'm creating a clear base of acrylic. So if you've got a client that comes back in 2 or 3 weeks and says, I'd like a completely new design, please, you can just file down to the clear layer. However, I think on this one, I'm only doing nude nails anyway. So this wasn't actually necessary for this. I mean, it's not necessary for me anyway, because the nails, I just pop out, and just start again. However, if you're doing it on a client and they're having a design put on, you want to do this step, because when they do next design, you can just file down. You see what I mean? So on this nail, the monomer took some of the colour off, away from the decal, because I hadn't. Look, you can see it's already coming off. Oh, there you go. The brolly is now white. Oh, so annoyed with myself. And I didn't even realise until afterwards. So I've done the same thing on this one. This one wasn't as bad, I don't think. I'm such a ninny. So, right, make sure. Stop it, Natalie. The colour's going to come off. It wasn't until this point I was like, oh no, look, the colour's come off. But it was my fault, because you put monomer on something like that, it's going to happen. So I'm going to grab my Madame Glam base coat, and I'm just going to base coat over the top just to protect what's left. The good thing is I'm going to put some glitter on, so it did kind of cover up my mistake a little bit. You still do kind of see it, but I think I managed to save them. I'm picking up here a very small wet bead of clear acrylic, and then I dip it into the raw glitter. And then I'm just putting, I don't really know what you call it. So we're going to put the glitter over the decal, but we're going to put some nude acrylic going over the glitter. So it's like a glitter fade, but backwards. There's probably a name for it, and I probably do know it. I just can't remember it because my memory is just terrible. I was voice noting Karen today about my memory. It's shocking. But there we go. Right, so I'm doing the same thing on the ring finger as I am on the pinky. Nope, the index finger. The index finger and the ring finger are going to be the same, as are the middle finger and the pinky finger. So these two I'm just put in, actually, let me tell you, because I haven't said anything about the acrylic I'm using. This is from, oh, I nearly dropped all my pens everywhere. This is from, I just dropped it, Nail and Beauty Excellence. They do have a Facebook group, by the way, but I'll link their website down below. I'm using the Plush Pink Cover acrylic powder. Now, I love this acrylic powder because it doesn't marble. Like you can see, when I do my nails, I end up doing, like, I love watching people do nails and they can do a whole nail in like one bead. And I'm like, whoa, right? Me, however, nope. Like 10 beads later and the nail's done. So because I do that, right, I end up using loads of different beads, and I always thought it was my liquid to powder ratio. Like with my, I did love Rachel Wilder's acrylics. I still have some colours actually. However, I found that they marbled. If I had to do more than one bead, like you would see the line where the beads met each other. I don't get that at all with this acrylic, which, I'm sorry, but for me, it's just mega. I love that I don't get that. For someone, you know, if you can just do one bead, that's absolutely fine. But when you can't, having an acrylic that doesn't marble like that is, you know, it's a bonus. So I would recommend, I would recommend Rachel's if you are good at doing, that said, I'm not great with acrylic anyway. I used to do loads of acrylic. Like if you watch my early videos, a lot of those are acrylic. Yeah. And I do want to do more acrylic. I do want to get back into it. I've lost my confidence a little bit. But I think if I do it more often, I will get better. Do you know what I think I need, right? It's because I done my acrylic course with Essential Nails and it was all done from home. And it was done via you got a DVD and you watched a video, right? And then you done some nails and then you sent them off and they like marked your nails, but they never saw your technique. They never saw, if you were doing something a little bit wrong, they never saw that, right? They just saw your finished nails, which I suppose is, at the end of the day, that's probably. But do you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if you are thinking of becoming an acrylic nail tech, I would thoroughly recommend that you find someone, like physically find someone that you can go to learn, not do it online or not necessarily online, but how I done it. Although for some people, like for me at the time, it was great. And, there are pros and cons. However, I think personally for me, I would rather now go to someone and have them watch me work and say, well, no, look, you're doing this a little bit wrong, or you could improve that. Do you know what I mean? That's just my opinion on it. This bead was way too wet. Can you see I was trying to chase it? Oh dear, and then I got it all on the finger. So if this was a client, I'd be stuffed because they'd have acrylic all over their hand by now. So don't do that. Can you see what I mean? I'm not very good at this. And I don't pretend to be the best, because I'm not. Gel polish, however, I love gel polish, and I love doing gel polish designs. I think that's probably why I do more gel polish than anything at the moment. But I do want to try and do other things. Look at the shape of that now. And I tell you what, it's a good job. I think I'm pretty good at my filing. I think my filing's not too bad. I do still do, although I do, Melody Susie do send me these e-files and they're great. I still do a lot of my filing by hand, because I'm not e-file trained. No one's ever shown me how to do it. So I'm not really confident with it, and I wouldn't show you me. In fact, I don't think I show you ever me filing ever. It's one of those parts of a video that I don't mind watching it, but when I'm actually doing it, I think, don't think people are going to watch, you know, want to watch me doing that. And actually a few people have said, actually, I wouldn't mind, you know, watching you file. But I just don't know, you know, what can I talk? I mean, I don't know. So that's that. So you see what I mean? What I said earlier about the glitter. We're kind of doing a glitter fade over the decal, but then our acrylic here is fading over our glitter. So you know, usually your glitter would fade down over your acrylic, but this time we're doing the acrylic over the glitter. I suppose it's a reverse fade. Is that what you'd call it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I just can't think, as per usual. So anyway, right, that is the nails, right? We're gonna just grab our clear now because we need to cap and put some structure on this one. So it was a bit wet, so I was like, oh, dab off some liquid, Nats. Dab off some liquid. So this part, I was trying to just like, what's the word? Encapsulate the decal, really. And obviously I need to make sure that I've got enough so that I've got a nice apex. These tips that I'm using are from Sarah Burchett. Oh, see, my brain. Sarah Burchett. I can't remember the name of her website. I think she sells candles now. I'm not sure that actually, I don't know if she sells much nail stuff anymore. But these were really long, like they've got a really nice C curve on them. They're actually I quite like these tips very much. Can you see? Oh, look, I just sort of lifted it up there. I didn't know if you could see the C curve. Actually, that was one thing that I wanted to show you on the video, but I didn't. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to do the same on this one. Again, look, my bead was too wet, so I'm kind of chasing it everywhere. So when you just try and make sure that you get your nice liquid to powder ratio, because otherwise you're gonna make a mess like I do here. I mean, every time I apply acrylic to nails and I look at them before I file them, I think, goodness gracious me. What have I done? That's, I think every time, almost every time, yeah. But there we go. Right, I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to let you watch, and then I'm going to file them and I will come back to you when they're filed. Okay, right, once you've filed and everything, make sure that you just wipe off any excess dust. I think I'm using isopropyl alcohol here. But remember, you just have to let the nails dry properly before you apply your top coat, because otherwise, you know, you don't want to, The good thing about this is I can remove the nails and make sure I get the dust out from the inside the cuticle, because sometimes you get the dust in the nail. It's a bit freaky, but it is what it is. Right, I am going to shiny top coat these because we're doing acrylic, and because these ones are clear, I just thought they'd look nicer shiny. But obviously you can do what you want. There's no, I've done it like this, you have to do it like this too. There's none of that here. No, you do what you like, within reason, please. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to top coat these two, and then I'm going to pop them into the lamp because I want to show you something in a minute that is not... We're going to add some things to the nails, right, the other two. Make sure you cap your free edge too, by the way. Pop it in the lamp. So because these are shiny, I'm going to turn the hand upside down, and I'm just going to brush off any dust from underneath. And then I'm going to top coat the behind, the back side of the nails, the underneath, that's the right word, the underneath of the nails. And this is just going to help with the clarity of the nail. I don't know if you can see very well. I didn't do many close-ups, I don't think. I'm sad about the decals as well. Oh, I'm so sad about those. I should have probably just redone them. But I'm so rubbish at putting tips on. It takes me forever. And I was like, I don't want to do that again. Don't make me do that again, Nats. Right, I've cured those in the lamp. These are the little bubbles that I'm going to use. Right, I don't know why I didn't use, because I'm sure I've got some from Crystal Parade. They're called mermaid bubbles or something from Crystal Parade. I think the ones I've got here are from, I don't even know where these ones are from. But I'm using my Rachel Wilder's Crystal Fix, and I'm just going to add some of these little bubbles onto the nail. I thought rain, bubbles, raindrops, that's kind of where I was going. But if you're actually going to do this on a client, this is the way I would do it, right? So put your gems on first. Sorry, I feel like do you know what? The last couple of days, I felt like I've been getting a cold, but I haven't, which is great because I don't want one. But I've been taking my vitamin D, and I think if I didn't take my vitamin D, I'd probably have a full-on cold. But it makes me want to, you know. Anyway, enough of that now. Right, now we've cured those where we want them. If you're doing this on a client, I would do it this way, right? Grab your top coat and top coat all over the nail. And you can even go over these bubbles because they're not faceted. If you're doing crystals, don't do this. Please don't do this if you're doing crystals, because crystals have facets. And once you top coat over those facets, they lose the facets and then they lose their sparkle, and it's just going to look silly. But because these are bubbles, you can do it over these. And I've cured it. Right, and now because you've top coated over those bubbles, they're going to stay on there. They're probably not going to go anywhere for until you take them off. However, because I don't do clients and I'm in this for the aesthetic look. Am I saying that right? I'm in this to visually please myself. You're such a weirdo, Nat. I know! I'm going to top coat first and then I'm going to add the bubbles. Do know, if you do this on your client, these bubbles ain't going to last 2 minutes. Especially on a shiny surface, they're just going to pop off. But I just think they just look so much nicer, right? Don't they look so much nicer? But just, yeah, that's the way I do it. That's the way you need to do it on your client, the other one. But anyway, I hope you like these. This is them finished. I'm going to leave 2 videos down the bottom if you want to watch those. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Websites and discount codes below. Love you, bye.